by the times you made me cry, feeling not quite good enough, not understanding why. I blamed you for the hell that I was in, then I burned through my resentment till I could love again. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. When you did those things that hurt so much, you didn't have a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. I still have an angry thought or two. I don't do well with those that try to tell me what to do, but I still try to turn the other cheek. Watch me walk away, you'll know exactly what I mean. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they do those things that hurt so much, they haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. The more you give away, the more you have. Everyone's a mirror of some part of you. It could be anger, it could be love. Why not choose love? Haunted by the times I made you cry, I showed you the worst in me, not understanding why. But we can heal together perfectly. For love to grow between us, there's one thing that I need. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. When I do those things that hurt so much, I haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. Please forgive me, I forgive you.
Where was the summer Fall and winter came too fast. Somehow I made it, I'm wide awake, it's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. It's simply beautiful to walk with open hands. Nothing to hide, nothing to grasp, nothing to break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. I buried my father, so went my mother all too soon. I suffered in silence, suffered alone until June. It wasn't clear, it wasn't right. I'd hear him tell her in the night, but somewhere in the dark they huddled near a light, with nothing to fight, nothing to stress, nothing to climb, nothing to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your rose still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home.
supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. So if you would like to learn more about the People of Diversity, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org, and there will be more announcements about things that we have going on after the message. So stay tuned.
We are doing Hope right now, and we're kind of smack in the middle of it. Last week we heard from Swami Shakti Durgaya with Michaela Townsend giving us a couple of amazing videos. Today we'll hear from Grandfather Will Davis, our Native American representative, and his musical accompaniment will be Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer. And next week we have a brand new addition, Reverend Dr. Les Rust, a recently retired Presbyterian minister from Knoxville, Tennessee, one of Becky's dear friends from childhood. An amazing man. You guys are going to love him. His musical guest will be the Joy Band. So don't miss that one. It will be fun.
So without further ado,
Let's dive right in.
let's do.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Pod. Bob Sima here. Honored and grateful to be here. Thank you, Scott and Becky, for having me. Wanted to share two songs on hope. The first one is a song that I wrote years ago, and it was about a dream I had of being a full-time musician, being on the road, and I kept the hope alive. I kept the dream alive. And the song hit me the day I took off for my first ever tour, like out of my hometown, and I was actually going to Tennessee. So it's really a song about dreaming and about the hope that when you're in the dream and it's happening, you just have hope. You have hope that things work, man. You put your effort in, and you put your dream in, and hope works.
The sun is overhead, standing tall. I should have left at dawn, and now half the day is gone. I've got my suitcase loaded for all kinds of weather. I took a shortcut out of town, and now our cars are stuck together. But I can't wait to find out if all of the stories are true about the loneliness and the misery of truck stop food. I got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees on the steering wheel. I got hope in my heart for a brand new start. I kinda like the way it feels. I got Nashville tonight and Memphis inside and Johnson City, Tennessee. I got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees. On the steering wheel. Well, the road will show you everything you ever wanted to find. To that giant ball that's twined to the little old town stuck back in time. And it seems so quiet, but you know that's a lie. 'Cause there's always an underbelly, you know, a darker side. But I'm so thankful that I'm just a stranger passing through. And it feels so good to be out here on the move. got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees on the steering wheel. I got hope in my heart for a brand new start. I kinda like the way it feels. I got Nashville tonight and Memphis inside and Johnson City, Tennessee. I got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees on the steering wheel. And my headlights, they only show me just what I need to see. They won't let me get too far ahead of myself, 'cause I'm right where I need to be. I got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees on the steering wheel. I got hope in my heart for a brand new start. I kinda like the way it feels. I got Nashville tonight and Memphis inside and Johnson City, Tennessee. I got a map in my lap and a plan in my head and my knees on the steering wheel.
This next song is a song about hope, and it's wrapped in a song about grief and endings and letting go and loss and processing all of that. And it's got a message of hope wrapped around all of that loss and grief and hope. It's called Back Around Again.
Sometimes a memory sneaks down my cheek, rolls over my chin, drips on my feet. It makes a whole damn river, a river of history. And I wade in those waters just as long as I need. And sometimes I stare up to the sky. The birds speak in a language can only hear with my eyes. They sing a whole damn reverie with every color from God's supply. And I'll bathe in that melody as long as it helps me to say goodbye. 'Cause everything folds to a beautiful sunrise, and everything fades into the night sky. And everything changes, and everything ends. Just as sure as it comes back around again. Sometimes my grip just won't release. My fingers bleed and my hands get weak. I can see the whole damn world sparkling on my cheek, and everything folds to a beautiful sunrise, and everything fades into the night sky, and everything changes, and everything ends. Just as sure as it comes back around again. Sweet trees hold my bones, holy stars release everything I own, and sacred song remind me everywhere is home. As I wander through the halls of the unknown, and everything fades to a beautiful sunrise, and everything folds into the night sky, and everything changes, and everything ends. Just as sure as it comes back around again, just as sure as it comes back around again.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining me in this podcast. I've been asked to talk about hope, and hope is kind of a difficult subject for me, and I will get into that as we go along here. Coming from a native perspective is really difficult because with the language that I'm familiar with, there really is no concept of that. We do have a word or phrase for that. It's called Washtekche, which literally means good future. That's all it means. But that's the closest thing that we have to expressing the idea of hope, because it is not so much a linguistic misfire, is that there are certain ideas in the native cultures out there that some things are just a given, so they don't bother to make a word for it. It's like there's no way to say goodbye in that language. All we can say is I'll be back or I'll see you later. It's just a given. So, but I can talk about hope from some other perspective. In one of my other videos, in fact, I think it was the last video I did on duality. And that was, to me, the words hope wish, and try are innate words. They don't really produce anything unless, of those three, hope, unless that's used as an impetus to move forward. I mean, I can hope all I want to, but if I'm not going to do anything about it, then nothing's going to happen. And in my opinion, this is the same for wish. I can wish and wish and wish. Nothing's going to magically appear in my hands. Or the idea of try. If all I'm ever going to do is try, nothing's probably going to get done. I'm either going to do something or I'm not going to do it. And although some people interpret try as doing, but it isn't. Try to me is the thinking about it, but maybe not doing it. The other thing about that is, when we think about the idea of hope, a lot of people use that word as almost like a promise. Well, I hope things are going to turn out okay. Or I have hope that everything will turn out okay. And it's almost a prayerful thing. And so when we begin to engage in those types of words, the one thing I can say about that is, it's kind of like in the Bible, where Jesus told his disciples that faith without works is dead. That's kind of how I feel about hope. If you don't do something with it, is nothing. And I've gotten questions about that on my social media page. And I do my best to answer those questions, although sometimes I don't think people are really looking for answers. They're looking for validation. And I can say to you the same as I say to them, is you don't need me to validate anything for you. You don't need anyone to validate anything for you. If you have a belief in something, then hold on to that belief until such a time as you have proof that that belief is maybe not correct for you. And sometimes that's built on hope. You know, I hope that what I believe in is the right thing to believe in, or this is what I've heard all my life, so that's kind of what I believe in. And extending that out. A lot of times, I think we keep our emotions too close into us. And actually, when Scott was setting up this camera to film it, we had kind of a good chuckle over the fact that everybody sees me as this wonderful, caring, and loving person until you have to live with me for a while. We all have these parameters out here. Every single person has parameters. Some are much broader than others. Some are like really, really narrow. I'd like to think mine are really, really narrow, that I like to believe that I have this great capacity to care about others, to love others. And I have actually used the word, I hope I'm able to do a good job with that. I hope that I'm able to convey that to whomever is around, to the world out there. And I think I'm successful most of the time. I don't think we're successful every time with anything. I know I'm certainly not. When I first started this journey, this spiritual journey, and my goal becoming just to be the best possible person I can be, I had a lot of unsuccessful things with that. I felt like, man, am I ever going to be able to do this? Because I would think that, man, I have some really bad thoughts sometimes. How do I stop that? I'm not real sure we can. And I think that our mind is built in such a way that we can categorize things and put them away so that they're not right out here in our way. And for me, hope is one of the building blocks toward maybe a greater sense of enlightenment, a greater sense of knowing about the world around us, people, place, and thing, or all three at once. It's maybe that word, "vashtekche," is really accurate. Future good, good for the future. That, you know, that the future will be good. But it's expressed as a known when you use the phrase. It's not that I wish or hope, it's that I know it will be good. And I think if hope can be used in that vein, that it might have more impact, more emphasis for us. I know that I'm sitting here right now and I'm just searching my brain to fill up 25 minutes here. And I hope I'm successful with that. I really hope. I know that as I've gotten older, I try not to use the O word too much, but as this mileage has piled up, I find myself thinking in a more hopeful way. You know, I wake up in the mornings, I say, "Ooh, I hope nothing hurts today," or "I really hope I can get this done and that done." I think the difference is that the minute I say that or think that, I begin to follow it up with action. I begin to, maybe it's going to be something just as simple as going in my studio and painting one little tiny area on something, and then going, don't think I can sit here anymore. Or maybe it's going to be that I get my shopping done, which these days have become more difficult. It's like I don't want to leave my house. So I have this hope that I will get all those things done. And when Becky texted me, let me know what time they'd be here, part of me became hopeful. You know, well, I hope we're going to be able to spend a little time together today, because they're always in a hurry. These two are always in a hurry. You know, they're always got, take a break. I would, that was one of the hopes that I had. And I'm saying that because I'm delivering a message in a kind of roundabout way because she's sitting right next to me. Got a captive audience here. There's another thing is that when we're really young, maybe older children or teenagers, our whole lives basically is built around the idea of hope. Man, I hope I'm going to meet somebody that's going to be good to date, or I hope I'm going to be able to make it to prom, or I hope I'm going to make it. Why is Saturday like 3 light years away? We have those thoughts as adults. I think we still have those thoughts. They're just a little more sophisticated. There's a lot of other language around that word. And so in the interim, I think it's really good, and it's a good habit, that when we use the word hope, that we also put our little skin vehicle here into gear and start moving and doing what it takes to bring that into manifestation, to bring it to fruition. And in doing that, I think then we get geared up to do this and that and this over here. And before you know it, you've gotten a lot accomplished that day. But I can also just sit here and hope that I can get it done. And 2 hours later, I'm still sitting here hoping that I'll get it done. I think that the other thing I have hope of, this is funny, is I've been told a couple of times I don't look directly into the camera enough. And I just found myself staring out the window, and I thought, okay, focus back here. I hope I can just stay focused right there. Because I want you to know, I want you to be able to see me, and I want to be able to see you. But also part of my culture, being raised in that culture, we were taught from very early childhood that you never look anyone directly in the eye when you're talking to them. And then I get into this kind of counterculture that teaches quite the opposite. And so I'm kind of torn between the two. I know when I'm talking to one of my elders, I avert my eyes when I'm talking to them. Even my parents. And I noticed that in the Native community out there, when the younger ones approach me, they avert their eyes. They either look down or they look slightly past me. So that's a cultural thing. And sometimes I really struggle with staying focused right here. Sometimes I look at the red dot over there on the side. There's a whole lot of energy, I think, that we put into this idea of hope. It's a matter of looking at ourselves and making decisions on, okay, I really hope that I can make it to wherever this coming weekend. And then I don't do anything to prepare for that. So I've kind of assured myself that maybe that's not going to happen. Or I can say, I really hope I'll be able to get to where I'm going this weekend and then start the process of preparing for that. I'm the kind of person that when I travel, especially by air, I don't even bother to pack until the night before. So usually when I get to where I'm going, I have to go to the store and buy this and that and the other. Because I'm all about the idea that when I go to the store, I hope I'll remember everything I'm supposed to forget, because I did forget the list that's still laying on the counter right now. And I've gotten pretty good about that. There's an idea of, and hope also creates an expectation. If you really stop and think about it, it's, I expect that things are going to work out, or I expect they're not going to work out. And hope, in my opinion, is just another way of expressing that expectation. I really, really, really want fill in the blank. I expect fill in the blank. And I think sometimes if we separate those out and see them as totally different arenas of action, that when we form an expectation, I think there's a greater probability that we're going to get disappointed. Because most expectations, and I was a counselor for a lot of years, for about 30 years I was a counselor, and one of the things I discovered is people would form expectations of other people, places, and things other themselves that were basically, nobody would be able to live up to those expectations. It's like, as a parent, I kind of have certain expectations of my children. But then as children, they had certain expectations of me as well. And there was always that energy of hope around that, as, man, I hope these kids are going to have that house clean when I get home. And I can hear those kids saying, I hope Dad's going to say, yeah, I can go out with my friends this Saturday night. So there's that. And there's always sometimes a little bit of tension. And I don't see tension as always being such a bad thing. It's sometimes, it's what holds things. It's like gravity. It's like the earth spinning around on its axis, or the universe working. There's always a certain amount of tension that holds everything in place, that keeps it where it's supposed to be. And for me, And again, I want to iterate. I say this almost every video. It may seem like I'm getting off topic, but I'm not. Because all of this has to do with what we have formulated the definition of hope to be. And I'm not sure. I mean, you can look it up in Webster's or Wikipedia or this, that, and the other. Don't do that. Formulate your own definition. This is what hope means to me. And the next question after that is, will that work for me, or does that work for me? And if it does, then keep doing it. If it doesn't, stop doing that and do something else. You know, I noticed that if you notice I didn't say in there, stop doing that and try to do something. No, stop doing that and do something else. Because sometimes our successes are built on a series of doing things that either didn't work out or didn't work out so well. But that became a foundation. If anybody's ever watched one of these subdivisions going up or a building being built, they bring on a whole bunch of stuff and pile it up and pack it down, and then they start building on that. Well, all that stuff they brought in and packed down, to me, that's the attempts, the tries. They didn't get anywhere. But it served as a good foundation. It served as a good bed to finally build. Our lives can be like that when we're building our lives, and hopefully for all of us, including me, that never ends, that we're constantly building, that we're constantly expanding, that we stop from time to time and look at our foundation. Is my foundation still sturdy? Is it still strong? Do I need to shore it up? I think that's very important, because when we are dealing with hope, that's what we're dealing with, is that foundational structure, that foundational ideology that allows us to keep going. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against hope. When I said it's an inner word, in my opinion it is. But sometimes without it, where would we be? We might still be back in caves or getting around in covered wagons or whatever. And so it's the idea of hope that becomes that grain back here, that then as it moves forward, we begin to put the action with it that takes it out of the arena of hope and into the arena of manifestation. And that's really what I'm talking about here, is moving past just the foundation, moving past just the idea. Because I know if any of you like me, I have all these big and wonderful ideas about things, and sometimes I'm going to get 2 of them done. And I use the term sometimes. There's a famous saying that I'm trying to remember, and it's not coming to me. All who enter here abandon hope, or something like that. I remember the first time I saw that or read that, I'm going, oh, that certainly takes the wind out of your sails. But then when you look at the thought behind that, and what the author was actually saying, is that if all you're going to have is hope, then yeah, entering here probably isn't going to be very good for you. Because I think in order to abandon hope, we have to have formulated a plan, and that the plan is working. Then we can let go of hope for that one thing, that one idea, that one venture, and then move forward with it. And then we have hope over here as like starter fluid. That can get the fire going, but it's not going to keep it going. What's going to keep it going is to feed the fire the fuel that it needs. And so in that vein, hope and wish and try are good rudimentary things. They're good rudiments to start with, and then build from that. I think that, I know for me, I'll just share this little personal thing with you. I've been working on a book now for about 2 years. And I don't feel it's gotten any further than it was when I first started. And that's not true. It has. It's grown. It's been edited. And in fact, one of my editors, I said, we need to get together and talk about this, and that still hasn't happened. But I hope that I can get it done. And I am aware that right now that's just the starter fluid over here. That I haven't done a whole lot about it just yet. But I have hope that it will get done. And I'm at this point moving that from hope to knowing that it is going to get done. And all I need to do is sit down and finish my part of it. We have around us an energy of hope. And we just went through a period a week ago where quite a few people were hopeful. And all I can say is that maybe, just maybe, not enough was done. And working on my book, I just have this hope that it will get done. So now all I have to do is do my part to get that done. And I've kind of made a promise that I will. And if anything about me, I have never, ever broken a promise. I always keep my promises. So to close this off, I think it's important that, like with everything else I say, as a recap, hope. Don't just rely on hope. Put some action with it. Define that word for yourself. Like I said, don't depend on Webster or Funk and Wagnalls or Wikipedia. Come up with your own definition. And if that definition works for you, keep doing it. If it doesn't, do something else. Find another definition. But with all that, if you take hope and you use it as the starter fluid over here, then you get this fire going. And we know that fire is very transformative. So use that energy to create around yourself whatever it is that you would like to have or that you want, whether that's person, place, thing, or all three. So thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for listening, and I wish you the best life you can possibly have. And don't forget, I love you.
Thank you, Bob and Shannon. You guys are always great. We appreciate you so much. It's so nice having you right here close
In our neighborhood.
in our neighborhood. Grandfather Will, you too are always amazing, and it's just such an honor to have you with us and have you be one of our family. Thank you very much. Philip Lupo and the tech team, you guys are awesome. We so appreciate you as well. If you are out there in the world and you have need for this kind of business, either virtual or live, contact PL Theatrical and they will be able to fix you up. Immediately following the service, the morning service, we do a live Zoom deep dive where we just check in with each other, say hi, and talk about the message, share our thoughts. It's a lot of fun, and we keep it, starts immediately after the service, and we keep it to 30 minutes. So join us for that. Past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, and also on our People of Diversity YouTube channel. The service, morning service, is broadcast live on the YouTube channel at 10:30, just like on Facebook. And you can, the YouTube channel has a playlist function that you can go in and search by faith or search by topic, which is really cool. So check that out. We have a second broadcast on Sunday evening at 5:45 on Facebook Live. It's the morning service rebroadcast. And you can get notifications about all of this by joining the People of Diversity Facebook group or the Facebook page or the People of Diversity YouTube channel, or all three. That's the best.
Yes, then you'll get 3 dings. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, your turn.
So we have been doing live services on the first and last Monday of every month. This Monday, November 25th, we will not be doing a live event at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall. We will be attending United in Thanksgiving at Eastminster Presbyterian Church in Indy Atlantic. That event starts at 7, doors open at 6:30. The pod will be represented at this event. Multiple speakers from the pod will be in attendance, as well as we will participate in the opening processional and sing in the choir. So if you would like to join us, it's an amazing event. Be there by 7 and come and meet us in the reception afterwards, and help us hand out water and meet all the people and be a part of what's happening on this really, really kind of groovy community, multi or interfaith
Yeah.
event. So
It's really, this will be our 5th year participating in this event, and it's really always so impressive. Hundreds of people there, and just very peaceful and loving and really cool. So join us.
So our country this week is Turkey. It's mostly located in Western Asia, with a small little piece of it in Southeast Europe. The country is 99.8% Muslim. I was really looking for a 99.9 on that one.
99.8.
Okay. Let's send our love and good energy to the people of Turkey and say these words together. May peace prevail in Turkey. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me.
Thank you. Next week, as a reminder, my dear friend, Reverend Dr. Leslie Rust, will be our speaker, his first time. He'll be joining us, and his musical guest will be the Joy Band. If you would like to help support the pod financially, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org. There's a donate button in the middle of the page, and we really appreciate all your donations. Our tithes, the pod tithes, are going to United in Thanksgiving to help pay for all the water for 400 people, and also to help pay for that event. So the money that you give goes to good things. And so lastly, let's do our energetic healing circle. Bring to your mind's eye any person, place, thing, situation that needs a little bit of love and extra healing, and put them in the center of this circle. Send our energy around, join together, and listen to this last song. And don't forget to open up and get some on you too. It's good stuff. So thank you for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
See you.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.